This is my day as a personal chef in Beverly Hills. I arrive at my client's home at around 11:40 a.m. There was a lot of freaking traffic. Anyways, my clients have guests tonight and they requested good old bronzino. But before I start prepping for that, I need to make chicken stock because the freezer was running out of space. I roasted these bones and then threw them into a large stock pot with water, parsley stems, celery, thyme, bay leaves, black pepper, carrots, onion, some shallots that were getting old, and leek tops. She wanted the very rich and decadent brownie cake again for dessert, so I made that early to get it out of the way. It's just a simple brownie recipe with probably 1.5 times more chocolate than it should have and molten salt on top, but they love it, especially warmed up with ice cream. It's around 1 p.m. so I stopped to serve them lunch. They usually just eat some kind of eggs when they know they're having a larger dinner, basically just to hold them over until dinner. I break down these two large bronzino, first by removing the heads, then removing the fillets. I remove the rib cages, pull out the bones before I season them with kosher salt, garlic powder, onion powder, olive oil, and oregano. Here's me flexing my chives. We are getting a fresh shipment tomorrow, so I wanted to use everything we had left. I wanted some nice baby leeks, but unfortunately all they had were these Hulk-sized ones. I cut them into large rings, coat with kosher salt and olive oil before throwing them into the oven to roast. Peeled these extremely sweet heirloom carrots, cut them into oblique cuts, tossed in olive oil, kosher salt, and a bit of thyme. I wanted these to just gently steam in their own juices, so I wrapped them in aluminum foil and let it bake in the oven. I break down these variety of baby squashes from the farmer's market, cauliflower, and the last of the sugar snap peas. The zucchinis and cauliflower both get olive oil, salt, and za'atar, and into the oven. The sugar snap peas just get a quick saute to get some color, but retain a bit of that crisp texture. I had some time to kill, so I made a quick pickling liquid with champagne vinegar, salt, sugar, a bit of water, and bring it to a boil. Then with the liquid boiling, I just pour it over the shallots and let it sit until it reaches room temperature. Once the leeks were nicely charred on the outside, I carefully removed the tougher outer layers and kept the nice jammy centers. My clients also asked me to make some chocolate covered strawberries, so I got that out of the way so they would have time to set. Here's a quick tip on how to cut lemons so that they're easy to use during restaurant service or when you're throwing a dinner party. Cut off the tips, slice into quarters like this, remove that center piece. This allows me to pull out any seeds and give me this perfect little wedge that is seedless and releases the juices very easily. Last thing I do before the guests arrive is to get a little char on that blanched asparagus so I can quickly flash them when it's time to serve. They've just arrived, so that means it's time to give them their caviar platters. Buttered toast points with potato chip, creme fraiche with chive, chopped egg whites and yolk, and of course 2 ounces of Osetra caviar. While they sip and snack on their caviar platters, I grill the bronzino and get started on the sauce. I didn't have any white wine, so I made an herby lemony sake beurre blanc. Sweat some shallots down in olive oil, deglaze with sake, reduce until the alcohol is gone, and start whisking in cold cubes of butter to emulsify. Season the sauce with a lot of lemon juice, chives, and parsley to brighten it up and balance out the richness of the sauce. Plus, it looks nice. The plate, I spooned the herb beurre blanc onto the bottom of the plate and just randomly, organically dropped the vegetables around. I did go a bit crazy with the veg, but it's also because the plate was really small. Placed the grilled bronzino on top, the warm tomatoes on top of the fish, and off they go. They ended up eating all the fish and vegetables, so I guess it wasn't too much. While they ate their mains, I wiped down the kitchen and prepped their dessert. I put a spoonful of this chocolate shortbread crumble so that the ice cream wouldn't move around, then the warm slice of brownie cake and the chocolate strawberry. Pretty big pieces, but they did end up finishing these as well. We love clients that know how to eat.